The Israel Palestine conflict can be solved, but there's only one way to do it. And the thing is, we've done it before, and I think we can do it again. You see, I've been really thinking about what I'm going to say in this video, because I know I want to make a video on the solution to the crisis, and I've been thinking, I've been having sleepless nights, but after a whole week of thinking about this, I think I've finally got the answer. But before I tell you, the number one step you have to take to resolve any conflict right now is a ceasefire. We need a ceasefire right now. But the next step we take after that has to be an international one. It's an international problem. It has to have an international solution. Now, after 7 days, what made me come up with that idea? It was actually today that I found out that on this day today, the Balfour Declaration was signed. This was a document from the British state in 1917, which said that Palestine is now the official home of the Jewish people. Now, as someone that's actually born in Britain and of Arab heritage, I feel somewhat of a responsibility to solve this problem since, of course, the British Empire has found a way to be involved in it. But the problem is much bigger than Britain and its empire, because the problem is now much deeper than the original document. Generations of Israelis and Palestinians have lived in a world where conflict is constant. There are millions of refugees inside and outside of Israel that used to live there. And there are many Israelis that are maybe second or third generation living on occupied Palestinian land. This shows how complex the problem is, but the solution doesn't have to be that complicated. What I'm about to say might shock you, and I just want to say I'm in no way comparing these two countries, but the international community proved that it could effectively disarm a hostile situation in 1945 when it disarmed Nazi Germany. It can do the same in Israel and Palestine. The international community has the power to stop this conflict. Look at Germany now. It's a completely different country to the one it was in 1945. So what's to say we can't turn Israel and Palestine into a place in the world where it's relatively conflict-free, where Israelis and Palestinians live together? The problem is it can't be done with just one or two countries. It has to be the whole international community working together to facilitate a peace process. What this peace process will look like, I have no idea. As I said, I'm not an expert, but I know the solution is not based in violence, because that violence will only continue the cycle that already exists. As we've seen the horrible events in the last few days, this cycle of violence is devastating for people. It results in people losing their lives, and we can't have any more bloodshed. We need to solve this solution now. It needs to be done on an international scale, and our political leaders need to stop being so cowardly and call out the problem. We need a ceasefire, we need to end the occupation, and we need a peace process. Those are the three things that need to happen. We have to fight for a solution that means something, not one that just pretends to mean something. We need to fight for a solution that has a long-term resolution. Humanitarian pauses to let small amounts of aid in isn't going to solve the fact that children in Gaza are having bombs dropped on their head. It's not. Sorry, a humanitarian pause is not enough. It never will be enough to end the occupation. That's what we have to do. Right? So all these commentators, all these politicians that don't have the balls to say, we need a ceasefire, you will be remembered in history. It's fine. It's okay. We've got the solution. You don't. You don't know what you're doing. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. And it's just like Iraq. You know all them man, they were like, oh, Iraq, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to vote for it. You're doing it again, you morons. You morons. And we're standing by and we're watching this happen. And our politicians, supposedly the most professional people on the international stage, right? These people, we send them out. We let them represent our country, and they don't even have the balls to call for a ceasefire. Shame, bruv. Shame. Shame on you. You will be remembered for your crimes against humanity and your failure to stand up against those crimes against humanity. Thank you very much.